Yo, what it do? Welcome to the block. This your boy 305 King in the building.
And it's your boy DJ Reloaded.
First topic of the night. We're gonna talk about Ben Carson and his reparations comments he left. DJ Reloaded, how you feel about his comments on reparation?
Hmm. Um, I feel like this here, right? For Ben Carson being his position, which is a great position to be in. He's over urban development. I think that you just like most black people in elite status, they don't want to see your middle class and bottom tier class of black people come out of a situation.
Right.
Um, the first question to me is actually is black old black people in America old reparations? Yes. We gave them a free resource, which was labor, right? I mean, and I say when I say they, I'm not attacking like the average white individual, right?
Right.
Um, America was a it was almost like we we did we it was almost like it was colonized and it was set up for us to just come over here and work and just be a working tier and working class people.
Right.
All the wealth, resources, land, we never had an opportunity to gain any of those resources to grow wealth due to slavery.
Mhm.
And it's a historic fact. Um, so when Ben Carson was talking about percentage of blacks, how would you be able to do it? It won't be possible. If I'm black and if my lineage, I'm going back into my lineage is black, and there's a drop of white in me, that's a good chance that one of my ancestors was raped.
That's a fact.
Um, so to say because he said he was 77%. First of all, I understand he did a DNA analysis on himself. Who walks around with those numbers to as precise as he was quoting them?
I feel like he wanted to be proud of that 20%.
I mean, we all have a percentage of European blood in us, right? Because someone down the line, our ancestry was raped by someone, right?
Right.
Um, what they need to do with DNA is tap a little bit deeper into it so we can find out exactly what bloodline was it.
Right.
Um, but black people are due reparations. I wish that Martin Luther King, instead of trying to integrate, would have marched for reparations because black people, we need to become owners.
Right.
Right? We don't own, like I always ask this question, how many black shopping markets can you go to in any major city and see if we have a grocery store, hair salon, nail salon, all black restaurants? And that's why I big up every culture that's non-white, because they're winning and we're not. And
Right. So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. So do you feel we deserve reparation?
most definitely. I
So how
mean,
you think? So how should it go? Should it matter? Because I like the comment that the response that the person that was interviewing him gave, which was when they was discriminating against black people, they didn't care what percentage of black you were.
right. But you have to understand, the race in itself, racism, race is a game that every race is playing but us.
Right.
And we have to get involved. We have to play. I'm not saying that we go out there and put crosses and burn crosses in front of someone's house, but we have to start investing into our own neighborhoods and our own community and start bigging each other up, supporting black
Right.
business, supporting black ideals.
Right.
And that's our issue that we have as a community as a whole, and that's why we can never get ahead.
Right. That's a fact.
And like I said again, we're rather pawn off our ideals, and we're rather pawn off our ideals and who we are as individuals to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody else make money off of us. Um, and we need to stop that. We got to come together. We got to have unity. I think that's the first thing we have to do. Then practice, then start practicing economical wealth with each other, right?
Right.
Start, investing in each other. And investing don't always mean money, right? Because the greatest gift and the greatest thing you could give somebody is time.
Mm-hmm.
You never get that back.
Right.
And also people have to understand who are non-black. Black unity don't mean hate of any other ethnicity group out there.
Right.
It's long overdue, and that's the issue with most black people. We don't have any unity. We're divided. Like I said again, when they asked this question, they did a poll on should blacks face racism. There was at least about a good 20 to 30% of blacks that voted no.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I just think that what I'm saying, we have to get on code like everybody else does,
Right.
and we have to start loving each other, and that's the only way we're gonna be able to dig ourselves out of this hole. People like Ben Carson doesn't speak for the average black man in America.
And that's what we got to realize as people too, that people like that doesn't speak for people like us. And we got to stop putting so much into, you know, letting people like that influence the rest of us. Because when I think about it, I feel we do deserve something. Because like you said, you gave your children a head start in life. And like you basically said, we was just a working class people. And I feel like we deserve to get that head up too.
I mean,
Now, even if you don't give it to us, I feel like set some funds aside for these kids, schools for them to go to, opportunities for them to go to outside of school, like trade school,
I mean,
different things like that too.
yeah, but you can't just take care and put things to the side for the kids when it's the parents that has to be able to give them as far as money support, etc. Right? I mean, if the parents are in a bad condition, 9 times out of 10 the kids gonna reflect what they see at home. So if
So
you
what
just
would
start,
you think is a
I've been saying it I've been saying this for a while, and I tell anybody this: Black Americans in this country should get free education. That's college, trade school, also federal and state tax free.
right,
You talking about a country that we built that we never got any credit for. And like I tell people, and I explain to people like, well, because I don't want to. It'd be hard for me, my idea, and this one thing I agree to cut a check to give every black person money out of reparation, right? That
right,
it may bankrupt this country, and the country's already
right,
going towards that direction anyway. But
right,
if you allow us to, because one, we stimulate the economy. We're the number one consumer in America, period.
right,
So if blacks are able to take home that money and not be taxed against it, I think that'll make an impact in our community. So instead of you know what I'm saying, so say if a person works 80 hours on a check and they bring home 13,000, but tax took out $600 from your check. That extra $600, you can start putting that to the side. You can invest that into land. You can invest that
right,
into ideals. You can invest that into your kids' college.
right,
So it stimulates the black community immediately, um, the way that everyone else got the benefit from as well.
right. So that's part of like what you said in the beginning, what I was aiming towards, free education for the kids. Everybody should be free educated. Trade schools and all. That should be free. All right, moving on with the next topic of the night. Jodie Turner Smith.
How you feel about Jodie? Jodie, my Jodie.
Jodie. Man, I think for me, if people really look at it, this is a bad look for her because it shows a little bit of immaturity. It shows a little bit of ignorance. And it shows a little bit of self-hate for herself because looking at where she grew up at, somewhere Great Britain somewhere, small town in Great Britain, right? You're a black female in a small town in Great Britain, and you come out with this comment of saying white man were the first one to make you feel beautiful, to call you beautiful. Who else was you around? White man. You was going through elementary. Who was you around? White boys. Middle school, white boys. Primary school, whatever you was going to, you wasn't around that many black kids to for someone to grow interest in you and to call you beautiful. Now, that's why I say that comment to me shows a little bit of immaturity. It shows ignorance and it shows self-hate in herself because how you going to put that on the whole race? And then you're going to disgrace your race for a situation that the greater number of percentage of people never even got in contact with you to even tell you were beautiful.
Facts.
To me, I just feel like, that problem lies deep within her. I don't think she like her brown skin too much. And, she wanted, just looking at where she grew up at, man, like, to me, I feel like that'd be common. Like, I wouldn't even be mad. Like, I don't understand that. Like, even though she was catching hate from everybody that was commenting on her stuff or her getting with Buddy and all of this good stuff. But at the end of the day, that response was that wasn't the right response. She should have came. She should have came just like everybody else and just say she loved who she loved. And it has nothing to do with race. But don't downplay and disgrace and just make all black men look like we don't like black women. But in a sense, on the other hand, black men, we do need to step up in a lot of those ways. I'm not saying this goes with what was said to her, but it's a lot of black women out here too that go through these things that a lot of black men don't. We don't hold our queens as high as we need to. Especially we're not teaching these younger generations to hold them up high like we need to. Especially like, my grandfather them did back in the day. We talk about our women totally different now, but that don't exclude her for saying something like that, especially from where she's from, how she grew up, and for her to say all black, that's the reason why, because black man never told her she was beautiful. I think that's baloney.
So I did a little research on this too. At 17 years old, how she remembered herself at 17 is she hated herself and she hated her skin color.
That's what I said.
So she, from a young age, always hated herself. She was picked on. Hell, I mean, I was picked on about my beautiful skin tone too.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So people call me black, black is car. Were they hurtful? Yeah, they were, but I never hated myself.
Right.
So I think that growing up in her community, not just black boys, but I'm pretty sure that white boys were saying the same thing the black boys were saying.
Of course.
She didn't fit in with neither side, right? Then she said she used her intelligence, so that tells me she's a smart woman. So I'm not gonna say she's immature. I think she's a very smart woman.
Being smart don't exclude you from being immature.
I think that she's very smart, and I think that she articulated it the way that she feels inside. When you hate yourself, when you hate who you are, when you hate what you see in the mirror, it's gonna reflect on the outside. You can't hide that. And you have to understand that when she said that white men were the first one to, notice her, call her beautiful, she don't think black is beautiful. And she was trying to tell us in so many different ways that she has self-esteem issues. And even getting these roles in these movies and these videos, due to her skin tone, she'd never be able to pull herself out of the sunken place. But she did say she later on loved herself. But trust me, the damage was already done.
Right.
Once you feel a certain type of way about how you feel and how you look, that a lot of people in this world suffer from self-esteem issues. A lot of beautiful people. That's why you look at the average movie, model, movie star, that they do drugs to cope because they can't deal with something about themselves.
Hmm.
Um,
So that's what to me makes it an immature comment, because those are self issues that she's dealing with, and she tried to make the black man look bad,
well, I mean,
regardless of how she feels inside. That's not okay. If you say she's educated, right? She's very educated and articulated how she put that together, right?
mhm.
So why would you even say something like that? If you that educated, it's other ways you deflect the hate that you're getting. That's not something you deflect out there.
When you have such a hate for yourself, you're gonna express it, and she was just being raw. I mean, but my thing is, I agree with you, right? Don't put the black man down, but I do also agree that a lot of times black men are harsh
Mm-hmm.
on especially me growing up in Miami. I have seen this my own
Hey,
eyes on darker skinned
tell me
women.
about it. Tell me about it.
So it's something that it does plague our community, right? It we do bully dark skinned people in our community to the point that a lot of them don't appreciate their skin tone, hate how they look, um, do anything to fit in.
Right.
So that's something that we learned. That's a slave mentality. We learned that through slavery. So at the end of the day, it's a curse that how we was talking about being Carson. That curse still plague our community. This girl here, she's a Jamaican. Her parents are Jamaican.
Making descent.
Huh? Yeah. So at the end of the day, you see what they doing over there in Jamaica to their skin tone.
Yeah, bleaching themselves. Yeah.
So you have to understand, culture wise, she hate her skin tone. So when she made that statement, it was a raw, and that was the first thing that just blurted out of her mouth because that's just how she feels, and
Right.
she values the white man more than a black because it makes her feel closer to what she wants to look like.
That's a fact.
I wouldn't. I will bet money on it, and I probably will win. In the next 5 to 6 years, you will see a lighter complexion of that woman.
Mm. So you think she gonna be bleaching out?
I mean, I mean, like you said again, you could say you love yourself, but you always gonna have those insecurities playing in the back of your mind.
Mhm.
She did movie, she did a couple music videos for this movie, and we're not gonna act like this movie is such a hit or a success.
Right.
So we're not gonna play that game as if she's gonna become the next, Jada Pickens or in Will Smith or The Rock type of lineup of movies.
Right.
But making this statement about her valuing the white man over the black man, you know what? I might be wrong. All I'm saying is don't bash your people to get ahead. Don't
Thank you.
don't step on the backs of black men, or and the same thing for what I'm saying, us as black men. Don't step on our women to get
Right.
ahead. Right? Understand that whatever you like as an individual, that's what you like.
That's what you like. Right.
Like I don't have a problem with a black man dating a white woman. That's what he like. She probably taking care of him, making him feel like King Tuck. That's that. That's them.
Right.
But don't dog the black man and black woman and make it seem like we just just didn't love you, appreciate you. I mean, can we be jerks? Yes, but hell, so can other ethnicity groups can be jerks as well.
Everybody's a jerk.
So at the end of the day, like I said again, I love her skin tone. I love a black woman. Shit, black as night. I beautiful. And no, and and 9 times out of 10, a dark skinned woman is more down to earth. And I'm not bashing the light skinned black woman as well. I mean, it's whatever you prefer as a man or a woman.
Right.
Love each other. Put that energy out there of love and respect for all.
Right.
And
And
that's
don't
what
put
matters.
your own people down because of something you like. Just say that's what you like.
Or your childhood experience. I mean, if you grow up in neighborhoods that's predominantly white, you tend to end up going, like what you're around, like where you was getting to.
Right.
So,
That's a fact.
again, just to recap, just being Carson, I think that he has to, at this point, he just needs to go in the corner, put himself on timeout. Black
Take
people,
out the time out.
black people are due for reparation. It's been long overdue for it. Um, just because we can dribble a ball, sing, dance, um, that doesn't make us better in this day and age because we own nothing in this in America.
Right.
And as far as Miss Smith, love yourself. Black people, love yourselves. Treat each other with respect. Say hi to each other.
Each
Hold doors
other,
for each other.
support each other.
Love you. I mean, like I said, that's what we need more in our community more than ever right now.
Right. Love and support. And with that being said, signing off tonight. It's your boy 305 Kane.
And this your boy DJ Reloaded.
Like, subscribe, share, get in contact with that Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube page. We're here every week, 2-3 videos a week, maybe every day of the week. So, be looking out for us. We post a lot on Facebook, post a lot of discussions on Facebook. You got anything you want to, topics you want to throw out there, put them in the comments. We'll look into it. We'll do a video about it. With that being
And
said, peace, family.
I just want to say one more time, man. Hey, black women, I love you.
I'm with them. I love you too.